So here's the idea. She rides down, stops here. Yeah, well, somebody who looks uncannily like stops, takes out how much grabs the thing, she's got her little package, she's ready. She steps up, she sees you guys right there where that person's walking.
Yeah.
And you don't see her because that would make sense, right? And you walk down to that back seat, you get into the back seat. Which side are you guys going to get in on? Back right?
Yeah, seven. I mean,
You're going to go back right, and then you're going to go around and get in, so you're the last person that she sees.
Yeah.
And the car's going to take off.
It's supposed to be an adult.
Yeah, it will be. What?
Probably get dark.
Not for a while. Not until midnight.
Keep joking.
We got you to start at 9:30.
Dark blue.
Yeah, dark blue.
Yeah.
It's 10 o'clock.
Okay, great. So let's get set.
I outline pretty elaborately when I'm writing a script, and I don't think it was in my initial outline, but by the time I got to that point in the script, you know, after all we've been through, I wanted to end this movie on a quiet moment as opposed to a bang, and that it had to be about these two characters, and if it was about love, all the better.
Daniel knows what he's doing?
No, no.
Okay. Cab's here. You're going to start back at this railing, put her in the back, passenger side, and have at her.
Yeah.
And then you're going to go around the back of the cab. Then you're going to go around the back of the cab, get in the left side, get in, boom. As soon as the door shuts, the little taxi light's going to go on, and the cab's going to take off.
So you say.
I know. I've asked for it.
Nicholas will cue you, because we're going to do the old Texas switch with the stunts. Rooney's not driving down.
Okay, rehearsal is up.
I was so happy that they put that in, because you know that's not in the Swedish version. And in the book, she buys him like an Elvis poster for his Sandham cottage, and she imagines like decapitating Erica Berger with it and then tossing it away. And I just loved that ending, that she just like walks off forever. And it's a great way to end the movie.
Alice.
She's never had a real relationship where she's connected with someone. And like finally she's thought, well, maybe this is someone that I can trust. This is someone that I can believe in. And then she gets there and is not so much hurt that he's with Erica and mad that he's with Erica, she's more mad at herself. Like, how could you be so stupid to think that you could trust anyone?
Cut, on rehearsal, cut. Let's try one more, and then we'll wait for darkness, and we'll shoot.
Before that scene, you think, oh wow, she's really grown. Maybe she could have some sort of nice life. And then that scene happens and you're like, fuck. Timing is everything.
It's really the lead up to that scene that I think makes it work. There's 4 or 5 scenes where you're seeing Lisbeth doing things that she's never done before. Normally when we're with her, there's something else going on, you know? She's meeting with her guardian or she's investigating something. These scenes are all about her and her feelings, basically.
I've made a friend. I mean, one that you'd approve of. I'm happy. I think you need it in this movie. You need to see that while she has spent her entire life trying to stay, you know, disconnected and detached from people, that she does feel.
I don't want you to leave the door, because that kind of seems like, I mean, it's not that he's treating you like a stalker, but it's just kind of like, there's, what happens in head of stuff stays in head of stuff. So,
Oh, is that how you feel?
I didn't want to tell you before. No.
Yeah.
Ish. Okay, so they're coming
Well,
out.
it was fine to be fucking me when we were working out all the Wennish and stuff. That wasn't in what I said.
You're now billionaires, okay? Yeah, you fuck up.
You're very deep in that character. Pull out.
And action.
It's quick. Thank you. It's a good investment.
Okay. What are you doing later?
See my daughter. Nice.
She's
Yeah.
So awkward.
It's supposed to.
Supposed to. It was good.
Just walk backwards. Okay. And then turn and walk away.
Sad. Meaningful.
Poignant.
Tragic.
David was always saying that, you know, the character, even though she's had this shit life, there's no wound. There's no open wound to her. Like, she's completely scar tissue. Like, there is no open wound left. She doesn't cry. She rarely allows herself to feel things. And I think that was really important going into it. But at the end of the day, there has to be some... I mean, even if you have a scar, there's a wound under there somewhere.
You look nice.
Christmas again. See you soon.
Cut it.
I got that one.
You may. Okay.
That's...
Just, but I want it here.
I'm gonna smile, but thank you.
You can act it, yeah. Here we go.
I didn't say thank you. You did perfect.
We're not saving Lisbeth Salander from lesbianism. She's a bisexual because she's 13 years old and she hasn't chosen. And yet she needs intimacy in her life. She craves intimacy.
It's nice.
Your father
A friend.
must be a very good friend. He's lucky.
Good. One tiny bit of appreciation on he's lucky, and then one a little bit more of like it's such good news that it's turned out perfect, exactly what you
Okay.
got. That seemed perfect. And action.
It's nice.
Your father
A friend.
must be a very good friend.
She finds these little tiny moments of happiness that are enough to keep her going.
Great.
And that's a perfect example of like those little things that Rooney brings to it that I would never have thought of.
Here we go. Clear. Pictures up. Ready. And action.
That would have been a different scene if somebody else had played it and somebody else had directed it.
How do you think it would have been different?
I think it probably would have been a little more
Sentimental.
pandering. Yeah, sentimental.
Yeah, but I think there's a balance to that. You know, when we did it, Fincher wanted me to not even walk away from the motorcycle. It was all gonna happen. And I was like, you need to give it some space or moment.
Okay, how about here?
Is there any stealing? Is there any? We're gonna go through this.
That's why I don't want to see him until there. I want to be able to take that off.
So what?
I'm thinking I'm gonna
The thought process is this comes down, the helmet comes off.
take that off, take this off. Start walking.
She has to walk into getting punched into the stomach. Otherwise, it's not such a hard blow.
And then I can hear him. We'll try it. Try it.
I'll give anything a try.
It's the fact that she's walking up, she's made this decision to do this thing that she's never done, which is to like put herself out there by, you know, gifting this thing to him. And so she's like on her way up and then sees it, and then it's like, whoa.
Nice.
I think this movie, though, he's gone further than he's ever allowed himself to go with that. You know, some people, that is their problem with his work, is that sometimes there's none of that in it.
Got it. Very nice.
And I think he's put more of that in this than he ever has, but he still hasn't gone too far.
Park break and shut. Cut. Very nice. Cut. And more. Here we go once again.
David watches his movies now, and he said this the other day, and it's how I feel. It's like after he shot the film, he feels ready to make the film. And that's sort of how I feel about this character because of my personality type. I'm always gonna think, well, I could have done more. I could have spent more time doing this or that. Like, I'm always gonna feel like I could have done more or tried harder.
Cut it. Cut it. We're done with this.
now that we're almost finished, the thing that I'm sort of most excited to take out of the experience, other than getting to play a part that is once in a lifetime.
And action, Rooney.
But other than that, I think the thing that I'm gonna take from it the most is that when I was auditioning for it, you know, David got on the phone with me and he's like, the studio's problem with you is that they think you're just too capable. You would never be this girl. You would never find yourself in any of these situations because you're so capable, you're so well-spoken, you're so, you know, blah, blah, blah. And I remember when he said that thinking like, God, that's so weird that that's what's holding them back, that they think I'm too capable, because I've never felt like a capable person, like my whole life. If anything, I've felt quite the opposite. I've most of my life felt very incapable. And I think the thing that I'm most excited to take from the whole experience is that I feel more capable. Like I've learned to do so much that I never would have thought that I could do. And I think that's sort of the best thing to take from it, is that I feel slightly more capable. Not as capable as maybe they thought that I was, but I feel more capable. Before, they didn't want to hire me because they're thinking that I'm too much like Erica Albright. I'm too like Susie College.
Cut it. Cut. Moving on. Cut McCrane's rap.
And now after this movie comes out, they're gonna be like, I think she's too edgy. You know, I don't think she could play this part. She's too edgy.